If you're a shy girl or you've been shy most of your life, this video is for you. I'm not here to make you loud. I'm not here to turn you into something that you are not. I am only here to talk to you gently about what is possible in 2026. Being shy doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It actually means you're thoughtful, you're sensitive, you're aware. I've been a shy girl for the longest time of my life, so I definitely get that. A lot of us shy girls learned very early that we should shrink. And so that's what we're going to be unlearning in 2026. We are taught to observe more than we speak. We are taught to stay quiet even if we have something to say. Like my mom used to tell us when we were growing up, we were 4 girls, and she says, women are not to be seen but to be heard. And now I'm like, that doesn't sound true because we are meant to be seen. I love my mom so much. I know she was saying it based on what she knows and what she understands about a woman and how she grew up, so love her still. But I want us to know that we are meant to be seen and we are meant to be heard. Okay, so when I say unshy, I don't mean we're getting louder this year, like we're going to be screaming and turning up and doing other things. If you want to do that, girl, go ahead. I'm with you on that journey. We're dancing, we're doing other things this year. So when I say we are going to be unshy this year, it doesn't mean that you have to be confident all the time. It doesn't mean that you'll be extroverted and that you turn into something that you are not. That's not my goal for you this year. For me, to be unshy this year means that fear will no longer decide how you live, but feel the fear but move anyways. So my goal for you in 2026 is that fear will no longer decide how you move, and when you feel the fear, you will move anyways. Honestly, I lived in fear for many years of my life. Fear shaped how I showed up, how I shared, how I lived, how I moved, and it held me back in so many ways. And one day I realized that this has to go, this has to end, and I'm not allowing fear take over my life and be on the driver's seat. I'm taking the driver's seat and I'm putting God on that seat. And so I've said that I'm not living another year hiding or holding back due to fear, and that is what I want for you in 2026. You're not just going to wake up confident overnight, trust me. The process is going to take work. 2026 doesn't have to be the year when you're something else, but it will be the year when you stop shrinking, when you stop overthinking, when you do and then think about it later. Actually, there are things that you've had in mind. If it's the purpose that God has put in your heart for a really long time, if it's that thing that God has put in you that you need to start, you're going to start without overthinking, without shrinking, and without looking back, because this year is the year you start choosing yourself and choosing the things that God has put in your heart to do one step at a time. So you're going to go on that journey and that beautiful ride this year. So there are a few little shifts that I want you to start today that will be helpful for you. The first one is stop waiting to feel ready. I used to wait to feel like I was ready before I went ahead. When I started my first YouTube channel, I was overthinking it and thinking of how I wanted to start, but I did it anyway. And I have learned so much from being on YouTube, being on social media for the past 5 years. And so start without feeling ready and learn along the way. Readiness comes via movement. When you take that first step, next step shows up in front of you through God's help, and you keep moving. All right. And secondly, practice expressing yourself in safe spaces. Speak up. If you're at work, if you're in a place where you feel like you feel safe and you can talk, practice speaking. Practice talking, start talking to the camera. I want to see you show up this year. If you've always wanted to be a content creator, this year is that year. Start practicing speaking to the camera. Sit down, put on your camera and just talk. Just take a video of what you're going about your day doing and just do it. If you say this year is the year that I'm going to improve my public speaking, take up speaking engagements in your church, in your school, at work, wherever you can take up that speaking engagement, even if it's free, do it. Online, journaling, quiet conversation with friends. Speak up. If you feel safe, speak up. No more sitting in silence and harboring all the things that God has deposited in your heart. So this year is the year you're going to start speaking up and expressing yourself boldly. The third thing I want you to do is stop treating fear as a stop sign. This is super powerful and I want you to run with this. Whenever you feel the fear, it doesn't mean that fear is your stop sign. Fear is actually your goal. Fear protects you from the next, but it doesn't stop you from the next. So take that step. When you feel the fear, do it anyway. That's the popular quote I want you to run with this year, because fear just wants to see you stop, but really fear is where your growth is. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway is where the growth is. On the other side of fear is that opportunity, that breakthrough, that growth, that change, that becoming unshy that you have always wanted. And if you believe in God, I want you to hear this. God always uses quiet women. So if you feel like, oh, I'm too shy, I'm too quiet, God cannot use me, I want you to know that God can use you. I'm a living proof of the quiet woman that God has used time and time again. And we have so many women in the Bible and even in the world as we know it now that God is using, that we were once introverts and are still introverts, but when it's time to step up to the plate, just like Pastor Sarah Roberts always says, when it's time, she shows up and she does what God has put in her heart. So this is my invitation to you, that if you are a shy girl and want to live freely online, offline, you are so welcome here. This is our space. We're doing it this year. We're getting unshy this year, and we are learning how to be unshy together. So if this video spoke to you, I want you to remember the 3 steps that I shared today. The first one is stop waiting to feel ready. Secondly, practice expressing yourself freely in safe spaces. And the third one is stop treating fear like a stop sign. It is not your stop sign, it is your goal. And so I hope this video blesses you today. I want you to know that God really got you. So act like it. So remain blessed. Share this video with a friend. Stay beautiful and get unshy. See you next time.